When you stepped into the Great Hall, you were back in the day and you could really immerse yourself.
The more realistic we can make our research, the more useful it is for applying to real-life investigations.
Part of what we were keen to do as researchers was make sure that the theatrical experience was still delivered under experimental control. So the idea of the whole project was to put people in the very demanding situation of being a juror. We based the accused on the trial of Ruth Ellis, which was at the time in the 1950s a notorious murder trial. Ruth Ellis has gone down in legal history as the last woman executed in the UK.
What made the case particularly interesting was because back in the day there was no diminished responsibility. In the public records it was made very clear by the judge that they were aware of the history of abuse that Ruth suffered from her husband, but that they couldn't really take it into consideration.
The shot seemed endless. She definitely wanted him dead.
We presented all of our jury members, all of the audience, with very closely replicated testimony from the original trial.
You have people from the Acting and Filmmaking Society. Them as actors actually did provide a very creative element to the whole project because they were able to add characters to our experimental process.
Far closer to the accused, aren't you?
I think one great thing about forensic psychology is that we're able to apply what we do for research into an aspect of life that is so crucial that literally can mean life or death.
One of the most interesting features of the data we collected was the implicit desire that a lot of our jurors seem to have to opt for a manslaughter verdict by reason of diminished responsibility, which is a very modern phenomenon, not available in the 1950s. And it goes some way to show how changes in the legal system have caught up with psychological research and theory.
You're persuading them to be in a situation and inviting them to really experience for themselves what it's like. And I think that's something that cannot be taught, but has to be felt.
The survey that we sent out by the end offered remarkably good feedback for the whole event. I think there is really a space to put on this scientific form of theatre.
When you consider the live music, the local New Cross dance troupe, the 60 or 70 students who are involved voluntarily doing it for the experience and for the excitement and interest, it's hard to imagine it happening anywhere else.
It's a really nice space whereby everyone's united just because they're passionate about forensic psychology. We have a shared goal, and that is using research to develop a scientific evidence base with the ultimate goal of making the criminal justice system more fair or more effective.